Happy weekend, you guys. Welcome to Hollyscoop's Moments of the Week. I'm Madison Hill.
And I am Courtney Revolution.
We've got a lot that we need to get to from this week. We're talking Billie Eilish, slamming body shamers, Liam Hemsworth getting serious with his new girlfriend, Post Miley Cyrus, and everything that went down with Dababy. We're going to break it all down because there was a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Plus a few other things we didn't have time to talk about this week, you know, because it was pretty wild.
Yeah, it was.
But first, let's talk about Billie Eilish. Made a major move that no one really saw coming during her show in Miami this week. Now, during her show, she played a video of herself stripping away all of her baggy clothes, which was huge. You guys know that Billie has always taken the stance. She does not want to be, you know, just only looked at through her body. Like, she wants to be known for her own person.
And she wants to control when people want to have that conversation.
She doesn't want to be sexualized. And she has been praised for that left and right. But she finally took control. She stripped down to her bra, which caused everyone to freak the F out. And it was all over a spoken word poem that she wrote. And she was just talking about, you know, how she felt violated as a young teen, and she just really put the kibosh on body shaming. And honestly, I have to praise her for this whole thing because it was so inspiring.
I agree. You know, I don't think that there's enough people in the world that take ownership of their bodies and they love their bodies enough. And I enjoy the idea of Billie Eilish, who has such a huge platform, Madison. Sharing that message with her young fans. Because so many young people look up to her.
Absolutely. And I love going off the young people situation. I feel like, you know, when you scroll on social media, I talked about this a little bit this week, it is kind of terrifying. You see a lot of young people acting like they're older, dressing like they're older, feeling like they need to, you know, not wear a lot of clothes on social media. And so I feel like that is one really amazing thing that Billie Eilish has done for the younger generation, to be like, hey, you don't have to be sexy by showing everything off.
Yeah.
But it's also important to be in control of your body and in control of what you show. And I think that is really what she emulated with that whole situation. And I don't know, I just love her. I really do.
I think that Billie has proven, and I didn't even realize this until just this moment, I think that Billie has proven that sex doesn't always have to sell. There it is.
Snaps to that, because she is really bucking probably, I feel like, a Hollywood standard forever. I was gonna say for so many years, but I feel like the thought of sex sells has just always been a constant.
Yeah.
Like even before our time, way back in old Hollywood, Marilyn Monroe, think about all that.
Yeah.
I mean, it really has been an old adage. So, well, your brain this weekend.
My mind power, girl.
I can't. Let's talk about Liam Hemsworth, you guys. Things are reportedly heating up between him and his girlfriend, Gabriella Brooks. Ooh, took a nice little turn. A source told Hollywood Life that things between them are, quote, definitely getting to be more serious. This happened after Gabriella had a successful lunch with his brothers and some of their close friends. They went to the Ivy, you know, a nice little bougie lunch. Nothing says seriousness like a bougie lunch.
A little heavy coin there.
Exactly. The insider went on to say that Liam was able to see how well Gabriella fit in with his loved ones, and it, quote, just meshed. The source said that initially, while they both wanted to take things slow, things have progressed quickly but naturally, and Liam, quote, could see serious potential with Gabby and is very much open to seeing where things go with her on a long-term basis.
Now, that's a good thing, Madison. I don't know if I would say the family 100% of the time is like the end-all, be-all to a relationship, but it certainly helps when the person you're seeing gets along really well with your family.
Exactly, and I feel like we heard several times after Liam and Miley got divorced that, you know, his family didn't always love Miley, they didn't always feel like her and Liam were a great fit. So the fact that Gabriella has already seemingly been given that stamp of approval, I'm sure for Liam, does have to kind of feel like a sigh of relief, just because he didn't experience that necessarily with his last relationship. So I'm sure this time around he's, you know, maybe placing a little more weight on their opinion. Now, I do want to address, because we have hated on Miley for moving on so quickly. I do feel like Liam did wait a little bit longer, and my only difference between Miley and Liam and how they've moved on, Miley has seemingly kind of just been from one sham to the next, one sham to the next, where I do feel like Liam at least waited a little bit and hasn't been in our face with his relationship with Gabriella.
I feel like they both rebounding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love them together. I don't think it will last.
Okay.
The same way I feel like Miley and Cody won't
Miley
last.
and Cody.
That's not going to last either.
Absolutely not.
But I mean, eventually they both will find people that they can be happy with genuinely.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
We just have to give it a little time.
Yeah, Miley's stuff kind of feels like a stunt, and Liam kind of feels like... Well,
Lost puppy dog. Yeah, see, I feel like he's just kind of like, all I need love. And Gabriella's like, here I am.
Here I am.
I'm here. Let's go to the Ivy. And I'd be like, okay, me too. But let's move on and get into this Dababy debacle. So you guys, previously, right at the beginning of the week, we had this video surface, and it was of Dababy slapping a fan at one of his shows. He was walking through a crowd of people. What the happenings was, I guess, someone had a flashlight on their phone and hit Dababy in the face, and that's what prompted him to smack, really open hand.
One of these back.
One of the backhanders, and it ended up being a female fan. It was a bad, bad, bad situation.
Yes, ma'am.
He apologized on Instagram, was asking for, the victim's information and name so he could make it right. Then, a couple days later, the victim spoke out to TMZ. She said her name was Tyranisha Laws, and she essentially said that she thought Dababy's apology was insincere and that there was proof on his social media. She said there was this video of him shopping and he was making jokes about the situation.
It was, for reference, for those of y'all that are curious, it was a video with Michael Blackson.
Yes, exactly.
He's comedic.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So it was supposed to be a joke, not in a joking time.
Right. I feel like not enough time had passed to make it. You know what I mean? Like, it was way too soon, and especially because all the details were still fuzzy. It's like, no. Oh my God, his PR team had to have been like, what the hell?
Yeah, that was like
doing?
literally the worst thing he could have done.
Actually, the worst thing, because then when she was speaking to TMZ, it makes, him look even worse, because then she went on to maintain that it was the woman next to her who had the flashlight on her phone, and again, that she was just the innocent bystander who was kind of in the wrong place at the wrong time. Then later in the week, Dababy's lawyer spoke to TMZ and claimed that after enhancing the video footage of the incident, it shows Dababy slapping an individual, the one who actually did hit him with the phone, not the person standing next to them, which Tyranisha claimed to be.
Okay.
Her account of her not being the person with the phone has stayed consistent.
Okay.
Now, Dababy's lawyer went on to say that that his firm has been contacted by multiple people claiming to be the victim, and so far they have not been able to establish the identity of the person from the video, but they're sure it is not Tyranisha Laws.
Now, Madison, let me ask you this, 'cause I just thought about this. Do we think that Tyranisha may have been the person with the phone, touched Dababy with the phone, but didn't want his legal team to say, well, you touched him first, no money for you?
I don't know. But
Do y'all think that could be like a possibility
then I feel
to
like,
save herself?
See, but I feel like then that's even worse.
I agree.
Either way, you're lying. And that's why people were heavily divided over this, you guys, all week. A lot of people were still sticking up for Dababy no matter what, which I don't necessarily agree with, because either way,
He shouldn't have touched a fan.
he should not have touched a fan in that manner.
I
think,
agree.
I understand even the, okay,
How about, yo, chill.
but a smack,
He turned around and slapped somebody.
No.
Yeah.
But I also feel like there are some holes in Tyranisha's story. Obviously, whether or not she was the one with the phone, she was standing next to the person with the phone. Also on the scene after the incident, she refused EMS attention, but then took herself to the hospital the next day. And
The
that's when
EMS would have had the report,
right,
Madison.
and then that's where she's reporting injuries from. So it is a sticky situation, but I feel like the one thing we know is Dababy was in the wrong.
Dababy just slapped.
Exactly. Whether or not she was the victim, I do think that needs to be figured out, but he was wrong for doing that.
I agree.
regardless. Some additional headlines. Obviously, you guys know the coronavirus was all over the place this entire week. It even infiltrated the morning tea and the celebrity news. It really took a major effect on the entertainment industry this week. Obviously, we talked about this. Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson, they were confirmed to have coronavirus in Australia. They're currently quarantined. We didn't get into this as much, but Fast and the Furious 9 had to push back its release date by an entire year.
Yep.
Mulan had to postpone its premiere, as well as The Quiet Place 2. John Krasinski was like, we are just wanting everyone to be safe. We are not gonna mess with it for right now. And it has just been crazy.
I would rather people be safe and healthy than have us in the movie theater coughing.
Honestly, as much as I want to see Mulan, like
I wanna see
really
Mulan.
bad, safety is more
I'll
important.
wait, girl. Moo will
Safety
still
and
be
health
there.
is more important. So you guys, please, this weekend, stay inside, wash your hands, take all the precautions you can, and know that we will be here for you.
Yes.
Always, always, always. But now it's time to let us know what you're thinking. What was your reaction to Billie Eilish and her stance against body shaming and taking control of showing her fans her own body?
Also, what do you think of Liam Hemsworth getting serious with his girlfriend after his split from Miley? Is it too soon?
This is exactly how long you should be washing your hands.
I
by
agree.
the way. And finally, what do you think about the Dababy debacle and everything that happened in entertainment this week? You guys, let it out down below. Don't forget to tune into the morning tea on Monday, 8:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. In the meantime, you can shop the Hollyscoop store, subscribe, and click that notification bell. I almost said wash the notification bell. Do that too.
Okay.
We'll see you guys later. Bye.
Bye, guys.